Hello, I'm Kendra. I'm a medical student and science tutor from London, and this is Homework Club Week 7. This is how Homework Club works. Every week it has a different theme. The theme for this week is Group 0, Group 1 and Group 7. So I'll post this video at the start of every week. I'll also upload some important exam questions into our Google Drive for you to access, and I'll also upload a schedule for the week. And this schedule will tell you everything to revise on every single day. It will give you some guidance, especially to all of you that struggle to structure your week and to structure your own revision. If you want to join Homework Club, it's completely free. DM us on Instagram and we'll send you a password to access all the important documents. Alongside the exam questions in the Google Drive, you'll also find YouTube playlists I especially made that will help you to address these commonly misunderstood topics for chemistry that are really important for you to understand. Okay, sound good? So if you'd like to tackle the questions now and have a go at understanding these topics, then pause the video now, have a go, and then come back afterwards and finish this video, and we'll walk through some common mistakes and also get you to improve your exam technique. Okay, let's keep on going. To go through some exam technique building activities, there's 3 activities for us to complete today. Go at your own pace. You can pause the video as much as you want. I'll give you time to have a think, or if not, we'll just continue and you can just get through the video as quickly as possible. So the first activity is called This or That, and you need to decide which option is correct. So remember, to memorize answers to exam questions, I'd really recommend that you memorize the answer to this one, and you can find the mark scheme in the Google Drive folder if you're a Homework Club member. So the question is, in the UK, water companies add chlorine to tap water. Why is chlorine added to tap water? So here are 3 options. Either A, because it kills bacteria, B, gets rid of bacteria, or C, either is correct. So if you'd like to have a think, pause the video now and have a go, but if not, we're going to continue in 3, 2, 1. So the correct answer was kill bacteria. So saying get rid of bacteria is not specific enough, unfortunately. You need to make sure in your answers, especially for biology, you're using key scientific terminology. And the only way you can pick this terminology up is by revision or by doing exam questions and just picking up the words they want you to use. So I'd really recommend that you learn the mark scheme to this question. Okay, next, detect and correct. So you need to decide how many marks you would give the student. The question is, water companies add fluoride to tap water in some parts of the country. Fluoride is added to improve dental health. Just one reason why some people are against adding fluoride to tap water. So this student has written, fluorine can damage teeth. So how many marks would you give them? If you'd like to have a think, pause the video now, but if not, we're going to continue in 3, 2, 1. So they got no marks. So this is a 1-mark question, so not really much margin for error. So be really careful. Students always lose marks on 1 and 2 markers when they shouldn't. So just make sure you're improving your exam technique. I'm going to repeat myself a lot during this video. I'm really sorry, but I just need to let you guys know. So I've highlighted one thing they did wrong, but there's actually another thing they did wrong. So if you can think about what they did wrong, then comment it below and I'll let you know if you are right. So they got no marks, and this is because they didn't say too much fluorine can damage teeth. So obviously fluorine on its own is fine, it helps our teeth, but in excess, and there's too much of it, that's when it causes damage. If fluorine just caused damage on its own, it wouldn't be in our toothpaste, but it obviously has benefits. But it's just when you have too much of it, it can cause harm. So you need to make sure you get that point across to the examiner. Remember to memorize the answer to this question. Okay, next. So it's another detect and correct, and this question says explain in terms of electrons why chlorine is more reactive than bromine. And this is a 3-mark question. So have a read and have a think about what they could have done wrong and pause the video. But if you just want to continue and find out, then we're going to continue in 3, 2, 1. So they got 0 out of 3 marks. This is such a common exam mistake that students make. When a question uses comparative vocabulary, you need to make sure that you use comparative vocabulary in your answer. So we just look back at the question quickly. It says, why is chlorine more reactive than bromine? That is the question we're answering. So we need to make sure that we're using comparative statements throughout our answer. So if you read through, they said that the chlorine atom is small, which isn't incorrect, it's just not comparative. Something I would improve is avoiding the use of words like it in your exam. I'd really avoid that because it's not specific enough. The examiner is going to be confused and you're not going to get the mark, even though it's likely you know what you're talking about. And the rest of these I've highlighted are just so strong and easily, they're not comparative. So this is the answer that would get you 3 out of 3 marks. So the chlorine atom is smaller than the bromine atom, and therefore the outer shell, so not saying it, we're using specific scientific terminology. So the outer shell has stronger electrostatic forces of attraction to the nucleus, and therefore chlorine more easily gains an extra electron. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have any questions, or if you're confused about anything, or if you want to add anything, if you notice anything else that's wrong, then do let me know in the comments and I'll let you know if you're right and if you have your detective hat on. So back to Big Me now. That's a wrap for Homework Club week 7. I hope this was a super productive week for you. I hope that you learned a lot this week. Please DM me if you have any questions or if you'd like me to clear up anything for you. Send in your requests for Homework Club week themes as well. And I'll see you guys next week.